Welcome back, lords and ladies, to another Strong Arms and Swift Steel #2 House Lannister, as you can see. Now, we're going to be continuing most of our plans, such as Lefford moving out, Buckwell going over there, you giving him the ancillary for Hornvale, and then jumping over there. Lorch is going to stay there. Sarret is going to move over there. I'm starting to think that my paranoia was getting to me over here, but I'm going to keep moving this army because that could be a defense for all four of these because these are all open to attack. Now I did some testing to see if I could potentially win this strength-wise, and I could, it's just, and I even tested with these 3 units from main pool because they're definitely in range. I tested that. And it's kind of a coin toss. I mean, if they have any more reinforcements, which I can't see over here, then I'd be pretty screwed if they had more. Because during testing, all they would need is another 2 swordsmen. And I'd lose. Except I didn't test with all of my men thrown in. But I didn't really want to risk it because I have a nice defensible position. If I lost both of these armies, then this front is pretty much going to go to the shitter. So, I end up deciding to move Mandan more forward. Do that. You go up just 1. Take Mandan. That is defensible. It defends the river, and that's just 1 fort, which is wonderful. And that's how we do that. And I grab Marbrand and throw him over there. That way he can... Well, once Kevin moves out of the way, then he can pretty much jump right there. So I'll have him run to where he originally was. Then both good armies will be in place. Plus, I'll have Tywin camp out right there. He'll jump somewhere, I don't know. He needs to understands logistics or something in order to be able to do this. Yeah, I'll have him run inside the fort, that'll be fine. Because then we'll have a 9-star, well actually, I think he's got fearsome battle, so yeah. So we'll have an 8-star and a 7-star. We'll give you Commander of the Gold Cloaks, just so we have 2 8-stars. And then we'll attack Salt Pans and reclaim what is ours. We'll push back Stannis. So either he can get trapped in here and wait for me to sink him with the sailor, or... You know what? He could technically hold out if he had a big enough navy on this side, attack and hold this under siege. Yeah, he could technically have Stannis sit here for a while, but I would keep my armies in place just in case that happened. Like, also, just gonna retrain this unit because I don't want to have this place riot. And Starkey decided to move up just a tiny bit for some reason. I mean, if I were you, I would have just moved fully. Nowhere near in range. Well, yeah, maybe if you went fully, I might have been in range. But either way, I run over here. I hide. I think I just grabbed everybody. We're going to be just going like right there. Move Joy further a little bit. But Robb Stark is somewhere on the edge on the coast. So they're trying to get him out of there. They have 1 sailor in port. And they have that guy left. I'm not in range, so I just decide to block him off because he can't go any farther back. So that means he'll be moving into our zone of control, and next turn we'll kill him. Besides, I had these 2 ships next to each other when I finished, so that 1 fleet wouldn't be able to defeat us on a 1-on-1 because theirs is weaker than those 2 ships combined. Now... Oh yes, the grand jewel of our achievements has finally bore fruit. Alright, so now actually how I should have done it, because I spaced out for a second, is you grab these spearmen, toss them, would have had these two leading the army, and then the army itself would have moved over one tile, and then we would have done that, left the spearmen, and did I? Yeah, I wouldn't have sacked it because then I could recruit another sailor right away. I would have tossed you guys in there, done that. Just enough range for the ship to jump back in, and then these guys all would have had just enough movement. So they pretty much would have had just enough movement to either go for this top corner or the other top corner. They wouldn't have enough to get in the middle for some reason. So we're sieging here next turn, and those two guys... See, I even had almost had enough range doing it this turn, or this how I would have originally done it. Granted, I lost fewer casualties when I did it this way, but that's because the Levy Spearmen didn't take as many hits, whereas if I do it the other way, which was by Walder, then the Armored Swordsmen and the good units didn't take as big a hit. It was the Levies, coincidentally. So, after we take Brightwater Keep, it's only a matter of choice of if we want to go for Old Town or not. Now, personally, I think Old Town would be a great move. That would cut off their supply of ships, which would be great. And it would be a wonderful sacking place, plus I'd get a sword for it. It's a tough decision. Poison or a strangulation. Gotta love the assassins from vanilla. They're good. Alright. Yeah, I grab a spear militia there. Our army recruitment is almost complete. I start recruiting another sailor. I toss this guy over here to get retrained. And I don't have this money from sacking because I occupied for like 700. So I'm actually pretty low on money this time. But that's good because I'm recruiting ships, and ships are expensive. So, yeah. Next turn I'll be recruiting or retraining my war galley for 1400. Then I'll recruit those two because the galleys are going to be for a while. And that's at maximum, so I'm just going to retrain that guy. Because why not? Oh, I almost forgot to mention. No, he's not in the family tree, coincidentally. Feast your eyes. Oh, wrong bit. Understands logistics for 10%. And now he's driven for 20%. Oh. Now I have a 30% movement general. The best of the best is Davin Lannister. Davin fucking Lannister. Oh, also, I toss these 5 into Heron Hall to get retrained. That way, I'm able to get them up to better armor. I mean, since we're sitting around, I might as well make the army better. And if they don't send any sails or any more, troops via the sea that I can see, because I can't see beyond that point, and I tested that if it's beyond that point, they could land still. So, yeah. If I was able to fort there, though, I probably would be able to get out of that problem. And I'd be able to defend that fort too, because you couldn't really fort to block off this intersection, so it was smart of you to do that, but I'm glad I did this when I did, because it gives me a chance to attack you still. Christmas time is here, with happiness and cheer. It's just a matter of if I have enough troops to hold all these forts while we're running away. I think I'll probably grab either Stark or Willem. I'll probably throw Willem over there because he's my worst general. Next turn I'm saying, because that would be the most vulnerable point. And then it's just a matter of time before they give up and run away. Yeah, preferably I'd like them to just see this and start running away now, but I don't really see Stannis as the runaway type. Cap's not like that. Captainnorway really sticks to his guns and he does well. That's why I'm trying not to underestimate him this time. I even asked for advice from a friend, and he suggested that I do this. And despite me really wanting to attack, I knew he was right and I did not want to take the chance. So I followed his advice, despite myself. Ambition. Your ambition is too great. Oh, I also throw these guys a little farther. They went a little farther, so then Balon could grab them and he can go for that river crossing. The hope that I have is that he can ford off the river and prevent Tali from escaping once we get Leo down this way. I'm just curious to see if the Baratheon Renly player, Gimli, will try to ford everything off, or just, you know, I don't know. I bet you Highguard's going to be pretty well defended. Oh, excuse me, it's stayed up too late last night. I was going to build this ship this turn, but I ran out of money, so I did not. What I could do with that, actually, is I could run these guys back once we're done with the campaign in the north for Flint's Finger, and subsequently just retrain them both here, rather than, you know, spend 3 turns building ships. I think that would be a good idea. But yeah, this guy's army is made completely of spear militia, and archers. A really ragtag group of men. If I had 2 more units of spear militia, I think I could probably defeat him. Because he is such a good attacker, it's ridiculous. I almost threw some of the generals from Sandor's army just to see if I could do that, but if he sees my ship, I want to know that I mean business when I'm coming for Flint's Finger. It's mine. It's mine, damn it. It's mine. Plus, I want to scout out the region to see if Jonas Bracken has actually fled, because if he hasn't, then I have enough men to defeat him or dissuade him. If he has, then all the more. Good. Good. If I can get Gregor to defeat this army with what he's got, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, if he keeps moving this army forward and forts it again, that's good for me, because then it forces him to waste more money on fording, as his military is... you know what, we'll just go with that. His military is stagnating and he's rising a little bit, but his finances to support said military are dropping rather quickly. Mass recruiting militia in the past, I've learned that it's a really bad idea unless you get the top grade stuff. Top grade or the two-turn guys. Sometimes you don't have time for the two-turn guys, which is what happened over here. Which is what Balon's commanding now. Oh, I should really retrain. Should have really retrained those guys. But I spoke too late when those guys were going. Yes, yes, of course. Now, the means will be to sack Flint's Finger and sack Brightwater Keep, so I actually get some money next turn. And I'll be able to retrain and train some more ships, hopefully. And I'll just keep moving forward. Now, I was hoping these guys would be in range of Harrenhal next turn, but they're just out of range. Which kind of sucks, because then I could have gotten these Macemen full plate armor as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I should have just got all 5 of those guys upgraded in armor, but once we reclaim salt pans, I could do that. That'd be fine with me. I just need to make sure that Admiral Selwyn and Stannis Baratheon get the fuck out of my lands. If he tries to make a break for it heading up to East Twins, I will destroy him. Because I'll be hot on their ass, and if they claim it, that's great. Because then I'll just take it, and then he'll besiege West Twins, and I'll besiege. Oh, then he'd have me in a real interesting position, but at the same time, you ran away from your lands, and you have no defense in the north. So I don't think he would do that, even though it's an interesting scenario to play with. I doubt he would go for it. But yeah, just to ease anybody who's freaking out that he's too close, even if he had movement bonus and he doesn't, he's out by at least 3 tiles, and Gregor understands logistics, so maybe 4 tiles from his fort, because forts neutralize the movement bonus. And yes, I moved all my generals just to make sure. So, hang on just a moment and I'll show you what the end turn looks like. Alrighty, here we are. Also, I forgot to mention, first militarily hasn't changed much. Financially, not surprised, because I'm down to 8 florins, 8 gold, dragons, whatever the hell you want to call it. Population will soon be rising, overall, good for me. So this is exactly what happened. Now I'm repairing these so I can bring back some law and order to this settlement. And also so I can leave it on high taxes, but I'll also be recruiting another spear militia. If need be, I will not throw Harry Swift over there because that's an island. He could easily besiege Lord Hewitt's town. Now I'm going to be throwing this guy down there because that fleet is perusing and going around. Now there is danger that if Davin stays down here too long, he could be cut off and killed. But at the same time, I could just fort off this area here from their attack. But what I really need to do, now that I've spoken about it a little bit and hashed around the idea, is I need to move Davin down here to Old Town and skewer the heart and economy of Renly. Once that happens, he's going to be going in the drink pretty quickly. So I'll have Balon in range to defend. Clegane will be in range as well. I might want to get rid of that rebel, so he could be just a few more tiles closer, just so I can attack Randall if he decides to do any funny business here. But yes, me forting, using another fort over here is 2, 4, 6. Plus the one down here is 7. So I have 7 forts out of my 9. But I don't believe I'll be using too many too quickly. I just hope that Renly doesn't have any guys to fort off at Old Town. Otherwise that would suck. Otherwise he might have an army of militia. I didn't really scout too well to see what he had over here. But I know he's got at least a half a stack with Highgarden and the troops that were sailing to assist Lord Hewitstown. But if the men from Lord Hewitstown and that little bit on the boat couldn't defeat Davin, I don't think they're going to be able to defeat him this time either. But we'll see, because he might bring Lord Randall Tarley to come over and play, which would be interesting. Very interesting. Kind of makes me wonder if I should have waited on the attacking Lord Hewitstown, but the other part of me says the less ships they have or are able to recruit, the faster I can catch up and defeat them. Defeat their fleet and defeat their navy. So that's the end of that. So yeah, next turn we'll have a stronger fleet here. We'll have more ships coming. We'll slowly but surely move our fleet from the north to the south. We'll have 2 more ships. We'll have pretty much all of our ships from the north, so everything we sent north, which I thought was going to be a real hazard to us, is actually helping immensely. And we won't be losing any regions, hopefully soon. We'll see what Stannis does, but our stacks should be safe, so there's that. It's nice to have this area on lockdown and not have to worry about Stannis while I can push forward on the other 2 fronts. I'm really glad I allowed Stannis to get landlocked like this, so he has to focus on 2 fronts. It really makes it easier on me. Because he's got troops there, and he's got tons of troops at Driftmark. I don't know why, but it seems as though he moved two troops from Sweetport Sound to Rook's Rest, so that's kind of where I thought he might get 2 units, 2 or 3 units, maybe 4, 5, I don't know, and ship them over here, which was entirely probable, not possible, but probable. I didn't really test it per se, but yeah. That's pretty much it. Hopefully Lord Tywin gets some, understands logistics, and we'll be on the road. Hopefully you get Night Fighter soon. Soon I should be able to get a sword for having River Run for 5 turns. I don't remember if it was 16 or 17 or whenever I think it was a while ago. I'll ask the admin about it, because he'll probably give it to me on the admin's turn anyways, so we'll just do that and call it good. So, thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next turn. Hopefully we can keep pushing forward and don't get attacked by any Greyjoys. That could be the worst thing that could happen. Well, only to Faircastle, or yeah, just Faircastle. Please just attack Faircastle again. It's a piece of crap, so just kill it. What gets me is that for Case being with roads and all, it bears no resemblance of having any roads whatsoever. I mean, there's no roads out to Casterly Rock, or to Clegane Keep, or to the Crag. It's just not right. It's just wrong. Plus, there's no roads from here to there, which just doesn't make sense to me either. I think it's just poor mapping skills, but that's just me. But it makes sense because it's mountainous. Well, there's fucking roads everywhere else, so shut up. I can want stuff that I can't have. Anyways, passing it on to Renly. I'll see you guys in the next turn. Berry night out.